We're to look at the 2025 mayoral race. Okay? Okay?
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Welcome to the MC Too-Tall Show. I am your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host, MC Too-Tall. The mayoral election 2025. November seems like a far, far way off. But it'll be on us sooner than you think. And we're going to need to get to know the candidates. We're going to need to get to know the candidates, including our incumbent mayor who's still in the race, Eric Adams. So we'll start there. We'll start there. Eric Adams became mayor in an election that was pretty much free-for-all, barely squeaked in by the skin of his teeth, defeating Curtis Sliwa, who I'll get into later. Upon the retirement of a very shitty mayor by the name of Bill de Blasio. And Bill de Blasio is a straight-up Bernie Sanders supporter, which makes him a flat-out communist. He swings on the dingling of the Weather Underground to show how inclusive he is. He married a black woman and bore children, one of whom bears a striking resemblance to Colin Kaepernick. And they hate America and they hate white people. This is fact. This is hardline, concrete fact. So anybody going into City Hall after that would be an upgrade from Bill de Blasio. And let's be honest here, Eric Adams' only saving grace was that he wasn't Bill de Blasio. We could have done better. We could have elected Curtis Sliwa. I know I put my vote in for Curtis Sliwa that year, but here we are. 4 years later, there's an opportunity to vote for him again. Don't screw this up, because we'll be screwed as a city when you look at the other candidates for mayor. Zoran Mamdani. I like to call him Zoltar the terrorist, but Zoran Mamdani is a pro-Hamas supporter. New York City, with its large Jewish population, does not need a Hamas supporter as its mayor. Because what will happen is all these nice people with their trench coats and hats will be violently forced out into other states. And that would be a tragedy. That would be discrimination. Now, I'm not a person of the same faith or ilk as those nice people with the trench coats and hats, but you still got to treat people fairly. And we can't have a mayor that specifically despises them. And This guy, another guy whose name I forget pretty often. Whitney Tilson. Easy name to forget. Easy name to forget. And he's going with the same friggin' playbook that Gavin Newsom tried to go with. He's posing as a moderate, but he's secretly woke. And as soon as he gets in, he'll probably be as bad as Bill de Blasio. And that was pretty bad. Brad Lander, I spoke of him just yesterday. Come on. The guy's a criminal element now. He's a lawbreaker. He's a lawbreaker. He interferes with an arrest, gets his dumb ass arrested himself, and Huckster Hochul, who's not even endorsing him, releases him. See the game that's being played there? See the game that's being played there? She releases him. This way she could turn around and say, okay, Brad, a Cuomo supporter just saved your life. You should get on our bandwagon. That's what that play was. Michael Blake. I don't know much about Michael Blake, but I'm sure because he's a black Democrat, he's got his fist in the air hating white people. That black Democrats do that, not black Republicans. I doubt Byron Donalds would do anything like that. I doubt someone like Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson would do anything like that. But you can't put it past Michael Blake because he's a Democrat. Look at Sharpton, okay? Yeah, the victim box is checked. Scott Stringer, he's a copy and paste of Whitney Tilson. They're pretty much the same thing. In fact, I would go on to say Scott Stringer is the Timu Whitney Tilson. Or vice versa. You pick either one of them, you're picking them both. And then you might as well pick your nose and then pick your ass. And then we got a few more insignificant candidates. Adrienne Adams. Her one claim to fame is that her father was one of the people that died in a nursing home because of Andrew Cuomo's policies as governor. Now let's get into Andrew Cuomo, the failed New York State governor, trying to run for New York City mayor. Now let me tell you something, buddy boy. He won't even make as good a mayor as Bill de Blasio. And Bill de Blasio sucked, okay? Bill de Blasio managed to make David Dinkins look good. Horrible, horrible mayor. Now you figure the city sunk pretty low when David Dinkins was mayor. I get that. It's like it wasn't as great as it could have been during the last years of Ed Koch. But Giuliani and Bloomberg gave Bill de Blasio a turnkey operation. Keep the economy good, keep the streets safe. That's all he had to do. I mean, I despise Michael Bloomberg, but to his credit, he kept the streets and the subways safe. And the murder rate was the lowest in the country at one point. Of course, Giuliani got the ball rolling, and all he had to do was maintain it. De Blasio could have maintained it as well, but he didn't. So yeah, Bloomberg was a pretty shitty mayor, but to his credit, he managed to maintain what Giuliani had already set up for him. Bill de Blasio couldn't. And that's what makes him worse than Dinkins. Because Dinkins took an imperfect city and made it worse. De Blasio took a near-perfect city and screwed it up. And Andrew Cuomo will be worse than that even.
60.
So Bill de Blasio was horrible. Andrew Cuomo will be even worse. Bill de Blasio was bad. Cuomo will be even worse. This was the governor that crammed COVID patients into nursing homes, killing senior citizens by the thousands, including a parent to one of his own opponents in this mayoral race. So you want to know who doesn't have a screwed up backstory? You want to know who has been nothing but consistent with what was at his disposal as a public figure? Who didn't even ask to be a public figure. He was thrusted into it because he was fed up with unsafe streets and subways. That man is Curtis Sliwa. If you could take the term boots on the ground and personify it into one individual, that individual would be Curtis Sliwa. We're talking about a person who is sick and tired of seeing muggings and stabbings on his way home from work managing a McDonald's. So him and his buddies, I mean, even the McDonald's he worked at, there were constant vandalizations and altercations, people being harassed and assaulted to death, until he finally got fed up, jumped over the counter and started fighting these dudes. He chased gang members out of his restaurant. This was a dude that formed a coalition, a task force, because NYPD was overwhelmed. And people joked around in the beginning, oh, yous are the burger boys, yous are the burger boys. But gradually, our streets got much safer. And thank God we had a mayor in Giuliani that understood what the Guardian Angels were doing and worked with them. And now, the brainchild behind the Guardian Angels, the person who put it all together, a man who knows every cracking crevice, nook and cranny of this city, is running for mayor again. He's running for mayor again. Don't screw this up. And I will say this. If you vote for any of these Democrats and you live in New York City, you are stupid. Just flat out stupid. I can't trust you to make any crucial decisions if you're voting for any of these Democrats as mayor. Don't vote for Adams. Don't vote for Cuomo. Don't vote for Zoltan, the terrorist. or woke guy posing as a moderate, or his evil twin. That's the Timu version of him. Don't catch sympathy for the poor girl who lost her parents because of Andrew Cuomo. Don't vote for the radical with the fist in the air hating white people. And don't vote for that stupid lawbreaker. If he's got no respect for the law, how is he going to uphold the law as mayor? So in a nutshell, the one and only clear choice for mayor of New York City is Curtis Sliwa. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Follow and share my content, listen to my music, and don't be gross. Stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Hip-hop legend, recording engineer, and underground rock and roll hero, MC Too Tall.